Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm here to do a VR to Tail Raven Tarot, that's Corvin, um, on Earthy Decks. So Corvin did a great video, I saw it the other day, where they talk about their Earthy Decks. And apparently a whole series is going to come of this, of all the elements. So I had some decks that popped to mind as I was watching the video. One of which was the Wildwood, because I do think that is quite an earthy deck. And it's funny, but you'll notice that that is not one of the 5 decks that I picked. So I gave this some thought after watching Corvin's video, and I started thinking about decks that kind of give me that earthy feeling. And as Corvin said, and I agree, every tarot deck has an earthiness to it because of the Pentacles suit being associated with the element of earth. But some decks just have sort of a more earthy feeling, or in addition to that suit of pentacles, we see earth kind of more heavily portrayed throughout the deck. So I thought about my decks, and I thought about the ones that I thought had particular earthy feelings or depictions in the art. And the first one I thought of was this one, the Gaian Tarot by Joanna Powell Colbert. And I think this is really a particularly earthy deck. I mean, it's called the Gaian Tarot, so that makes sense, right? So I just thought I'd pull out some cards from each of the decks. This is the Hermit card, and you can see here he is sitting in front of his altar, which is a rock, leaning up against a tree. So it has an earthy feeling. I tried not to pull cards from the suit of pentacles because I figured they're going to have an earthiness to them anyway. I think I might have pulled a couple here and there just that were particularly earthy. This is the Two of Air. So Joanna uses the elements for the suits, but I thought that had a particularly earthy feeling to it. This is the Guardian of Fire. And yes, we see the fire in the foreground, but in the background we see all those beautiful trees. And here this person is lighting a fire in the forest. And so, of course, I do think of the forest as particularly earthy. Here's a magician inside a cave, so you can see that rock is quite earthy. Here we see this is a pentacle card, a farmer's market, and we can see the abundance of the vegetables and fruits from the earth. There's a Lover's card, which I feel is quite earthy. There's another earth card. And here we see a bunch of friends gathering together to make herbal medicine, which I love. Here's the World card. Quite earthy. I guess I'm going to be saying that the whole video, quite earthy. This is the Seven of Air, and you can see the mountain in the background. Of course, the Empress is going to be a card that's earthy, and in this deck she is called the Gardener, but we see the abundance from the earth. And, you know, when we think about that element, the earth, what does that element stand for, symbolize, or mean to us? And of course, it's life. We live on the earth, but the earth also gives us our food and our shelter and our foundation. Here we see the Six of Air, and these folks are doing yoga or qigong, and you can see there they are grounding themselves. The Strength card has an earthiness to it. You can see she's there in a meadow. This is the Four of Water. This is another pentacle, but I just thought so earthy. This is the Wheel card with the trees and the Teacher and the Seeker, or the Fool card. So that's the Gaian Tarot. The next deck that I thought was particularly earthy was this one called Tarot Fauna. And this was created by Devin Strickland. If you see my eyes, I listed the names of the artists and the creators because I don't want to forget to mention them. So it's created by Devin Strickland and the art is by Brittany Birkland. And of course it's Tarot Fauna. It's all animal in the cards in the deck, and they are out living in the natural world. So this is a beautiful card. This is the Justice card. I'm not going to say really earthy on each card. I know you'll see why I picked these cards. The Empress, again, always a pretty earthy card. Five of Feathers or Air, but again in a forest, beautiful. This is a Sun card, and interestingly, I feel like it is very earthy. Look at those. Look at the sun shining down in that grove of trees. Beautiful World card. And this is the torches, the foxes, in the suit of torches, feathers is owls, rocks are bears, and otters for the shells or water. And again, you can see this is a water or shell suit, but it is particularly earthy. I love this Emperor, Hermit, Hierophant, more torches, and here we see a suit of shells with these beautiful earthy rocks in the background. So that was the Tarot Fauna. And then the next one is World Spirit Tarot. And this is by Madame Onsa or Lauren O'Leary, and the art is by Jessica Godino. And again, I feel like this is a particularly earthy deck. Again, swords, this is the wands, Sage of Swords. And here we have a cups, which of course we associate with water, but you can see the earthiness in this card. The star card is particularly earthy. Yes, it has the stars in the sky, but you can see in the background there's mountains and the green field. Beautiful, earthly Empress. The Ten of Cups dancing on the earth. Seeker of Wands. Five of Swords. Here's the Emperor with the mountain range in the background and coming down into the village, the stone buildings. The Hermit. So the Hermit is another card that, like the Empress, that tends to be rather earthy. Strength. Beautiful green earth. And here's the High Priestess. And here she is. You can see instead of the pillars, she's got trees for pillars on either side, and she's in a grove in the forest. So that was the World Spirit Tarot. And next is one of my newest, maybe even my newest tarot. It's the Gentle Tarot. It's a lovely deck, and it is an earthy deck. It is by Marisa Aparicio Tovar. And so here are some cards. This is Harvest of Cups, King of Cups, Nine of Cups, Seed of Thunder. Again, the Empress. Look at that beautiful card. I love it. Wheel of Fortune. So the plants, of course, anything that has a lot of plants on it makes me think of the earth and gives me an earthy feeling. Here's the Five of Cups. Ace of Cups. This is a lovely card. Harvest of Wands. Four of Cups. So interesting that I pulled quite a few cups and feel like I'm feeling earthiness from them. Three of Wands. standing grounded and firmly planted on the green earth. Beautiful Hermit again. It seems to be that the Hermit is an earthy card. And here we have the Seed of Stones, which is Stones is the Suit of Pentacles, and Five of Thunder, which I thought was particularly earthy. So that is the Gentle Tarot. And then finally, the last one I picked, and I was really kind of surprised when I thought about this. This is the Ghetto Tarot, and it is a tarot by the Artistes Résistants, which is an artist collective in Haiti, and photographed by Alice Smeets. So the artists, Alice would show them the Rider-Waite-Smith card, and then they would go off and gather found objects to act out the scene on the Rider-Waite-Smith card, and then Alice would photograph them. So to start with, we have the Empress. Look at that beautiful green lush jungle in the background. This is Judgment. The Three of Wands, which is called Brooms. Temperance. Five of Cups, and I think I've pulled out the Five of Cups several times, interestingly. Five of Swords. So here they are standing on a beach, so it's sand. This one I feel like is really earthy. This is the Seven of Swords. And so you can see some trees in the background and the mountains, and I feel like that evokes a sense of earth. Here's the Page of Cups. The Fool. Again, with standing there on stone with the mountain range in the background. Four of Pentacles, which of course is an earth suit. Queen of Pentacles. I love this card. Beautiful. With that green earth. And then Eight of Cups. So, thank you, Corvin. I really enjoyed watching your video, and I loved the decks that you picked, and it inspired me to do a video response, and I hope other folks will join in. And as I mentioned, Corvin says a whole series is probably going to come out with all the elements. So I look forward to that, and I will probably do VRs to those as they pop out. So enjoy your day, everyone, and thanks for stopping by. What decks do you have that evoke that element of earth to you? Please feel free to comment below. Comment on any of my choices and see where this leads you.